have to reprocess it. And Americans can meet this challenge. We can meet this challenge head on. We have never met a challenge as a nation that we haven't been able to meet and overcome. And this is another one. I believe that when Jack Kennedy said we have to put a man on the moon, we did it in a shorter time than anyone ever thought that we could. It's because Americans were united. And there's a lot more we can talk about that. Finally, I'd like to talk to you about peace. Peace is a precious thing. And there are places in the world where not only they don't enjoy that wonderful experience, but in some places it's been many years since they have. And we, the United States of America, are in 2 wars. And we're in a struggle against radical Islamic extremism. Things are tough in Afghanistan now. I'm sure you have been seeing that the difficulties we have in Pakistan and a resurgence of the Taliban in certain areas and cooperation is going on amongst them, that things are very tough. Fortunately, if there's some good news out of Afghanistan, is that there's a lot of people there helping us, and a lot of foreign countries, other countries, including our friends north of the border, the Canadians, who are also serving with us there, and we value and treasure the service and sacrifice of countries that are allies and friends who are there with us. And we face the transcendent challenge of radical Islamic extremism. They want to destroy everything we stand for and believe in, and they are a malignant evil. It's hard to comprehend how evil they are. Some weeks ago in Baghdad, Al-Qaeda took 2 mentally disabled young women, put suicide vests on them, sent them into a marketplace, and by remote control detonated those suicide vests. It's hard to imagine the transcendency of this evil and malignancy that it poses for us. But I'm happy to tell you, it's been long, and it's hard, and it's tough, and it's frustrating, and Americans have sacrificed a great deal. But thanks to this great general and the new strategy of the surge, we are winning in Iraq. Now, a lot of people don't like to say that, but we are winning there. Now, it's long, and it's hard, and it's tough. And the enemy is not defeated. The enemy is not defeated. But in the major cities in Iraq today, Mosul, Baghdad, and Basra, the Iraqi government and military, Iraqi with U.S. support, not American military with Iraqi support, but vice versa, are controlling these places. And we just saw in the last couple of days, they're not done. There was another huge, terrible explosion in Baghdad that killed a lot of people. So they're not done. If they were done, I'd say come home immediately. And what we've won is fragile there. It's fragile. But I just want to remind you that the consequences of failure, if we'd have set a timetable for withdrawal and withdrawn the way that Senator Obama wanted us to do, there would have been chaos. There would have been the conflicts between different factions. There would have been Al-Qaeda establishing a beachhead. Iranian influence would have expanded dramatically. A lot of very bad things would have happened, and it would have, I think, very likely have been a wider war, which then would have required us to go back. Now, that's my belief. And I believe the benefits of success are a stable and democratic government, functioning poorly, but functioning. It is a reduction in Iranian influence. It is encouragement to other nations in the region, and it has a very beneficial overall effect. So I am confident that we are succeeding. But we come home according to the facts on the ground, the recommendations of great General Petraeus, and how that situation evolves, not setting artificial timetables. And my friends, we will come home. We will come home, but we will come home with victory and honor, and not in defeat. And that's what we can do in Iraq. So let me just say, I'm humbled by having the nomination of the party of Abraham Lincoln and Theodore Roosevelt and Ronald Reagan to be President of the United States. I am honored to, for a long time, to have had the support of this great governor and his beautiful wife, the brains of the outfit, Mary, as many of you know. And so, let me just say, and by the way, Cindy is not here. She is in Vietnam as we speak. She's been associated with an organization, which is a wonderful organization called Operation Smile, where they go around and for literally very little expense, because of the volunteers, they operate on children with cleft palates in third world countries. So she's been doing that for many years, and I'm sorry that she's not here, but I think she's doing a very worthy task today, particularly, and maybe she'll get a chance to get up and see my old residence. I don't know if she will or not, but I just want to say that Operation Smile, and there's a group of young people here tonight who I always recognize when I see them. They're an organization called One. And if you would stand, and so we could just see you, all of the folks from One here tonight. And I want to thank you for your organization. These are a group of over 2 million young people who have volunteered to go to third world countries in Africa, combat AIDS, HIV/AIDS, malaria, and other things. And by the way, they were inspired to some degree by Bono, who's a great guy, right? And so I want to thank you. You're what America's all about. And could I conclude by saying, by the way, they are a nonpartisan organization, you want me to add. But this is what America's all about. Serving a cause greater than your self-interest. That's what I want to do. That's what I believe I can inspire a generation of Americans to do. And I believe there's nothing nobler. And we will disagree from time to time. That's why we have town hall meetings. And we will not agree on every issue. But I want to tell you, my life and my experience and my appreciation for this nation, which I really grew to love long ago and far away, motivates me to tell you that you can be sure of one thing. I will always put my country first. I thank you for being here, and thank you, and I'd like to respond to any questions or comments that you might have. Thank you very much. By the way, the governor and I were just talking. This is a wonderful historic building, and in 1898 they had to ask for some extra money from the federal government. So this is a great place, but it's a wonderful establishment, and I'm honored to be in a place that has been a place where people have found justice and also other services to the population.